Recording is in progress. Thank you for being here. Okay.
Ready to kick it off?
We're ready to kick it off, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll take the speaking point here.
Okay.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Habitat for Humanity, Seven Rivers, Maine Volunteer Appreciation Celebration. Thank you for being here to recognize the amazing team of volunteers that make all the work we do here at Habitat possible. Katie?
We are so excited, some of us more than others, because that's just how my personality works. We're so excited that we made scripts for ourselves to make sure that we could stay on point. So if you catch us reading tonight, that's what that's all about. So we're excited that you were here. And while we wish we could have hosted in person, we hope that this is the last virtual volunteer recognition celebration that we have. Yes. So we're going to make it a good one. And for those of you who have maybe not experienced my Muppetry before, I'm Katie Luce. I'm Habitat's beloved, maybe, community engagement and development director. Woo, I got a fan club. That's great. So I am hosting tonight with our esteemed executive director, Adam Locker, and our restore manager, Bruce Harkin. Hi, Jess. I'm gonna go ahead, Justin Dan. I'm gonna mute you. There we go. All right. So hosting duties. And before we get started tonight, I want to thank our friends at Art Forms for making our matching attire tonight. Don't get too close; they can't see you. Okay.
I'm gonna read it.
All right. Well, they
Your
saw it on
ponytail's in the way.
well, you know, it's cute. Okay, so thanks for matching. I'm going to get out of the way so Bruce can speak.
Okay, well, thank you all for participating tonight and for all of your hard work. We could not pursue our mission without incredible volunteers just like you.
2021 was a year of great accomplishments and success. We are excited to celebrate with you tonight, but it was also a year where we experienced some significant and devastating losses. We want to begin tonight's celebration remembering 5 very special people that were extraordinary examples of volunteerism at its finest.
Dottie Cattell, Chris Turner, Pete Petenault, and Joan and Doug Hardy dedicated time, energy, heart, and hard work towards meeting the Habitat mission, and each of them will be greatly missed as we continue the work they all found meaningful.
We're going to begin tonight with a remembrance of Dottie Cattell, who was last year's recipient of the Executive Director's Award. Dottie was a pillar of this organization for nearly 25 years. When she received her award last year, we asked her if she had any advice for other volunteers, and we wanted to start tonight's remembrance with Dottie's advice in her own words.
So I'm going to go ahead and cue up our video here, and then I'm going to share my screen. And I hope we can all hear this okay. All right. It should be playing here. I don't think we're playing. This is
Here.
okay. All right, here we go. Thank you, Dottie.
I don't think anybody could hear what she was saying.
That was pretty soft. We can make that clip available later, guys. Dottie was vital to the work here at Habitat. She was kind, she was funny, she was tough, she was hardworking. She always wanted to learn new things, and she always got the job done. It was a pleasure to work with her. The Seven Rivers community is heartbroken to lose her, but we are grateful to have known her for so long. We miss you, Dottie. You made the world a better place to live in. We will do our best to follow your example for years to come. Thank you for everything.
When we lost Dottie in October, her longtime friend and fellow volunteer, Chris Turner, delivered remarks at her service that were touching, funny, and conveyed the love and respect that he felt for Dottie that we all related to. It is with deep sadness tonight that we will aim to remember him in the same way.
Chris was an incredible addition to our team and organization. At the time of his passing, he served as both the secretary and interim president of our board of directors. He was also the leader on many of our home builds and was a driving force that this organization credits so much of its success to. Chris's sister, Maura, wanted to be here tonight, but sent this message to share with all of you while she's back home.
So I'm going to deliver Maura's remarks. I'm going to share my screen again and hope it goes a little bit more smoothly this time around. Okay. And I think we'll be able to hear this a little bit better. Okay. So. Both Chris and Dottie were incredible additions to our home construction program and other parts of our organization. Next, we would like to remember a volunteer who was a vibrant part of our critical repair and modification program. Petenault was a part of a team that traveled throughout the Mid-Coast, completing home maintenance and repair projects for elderly and disabled homeowners. He was particularly proud of a complicated handicap ramp that the team had recently finished for a local homeowner. We'd like to thank Pete's wife, Kathy, for joining us tonight. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to Pete's friend and team leader to lead our remembrance of Pete tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Guard Conley.
You can't, you'll just end up messing it up. Exactly what I should have just stayed with the old camera, I guess. No, it hasn't worked at all today. Oh, some good. I can't hear anything. Somebody else put in, I can't hear anything. I couldn't hear the first person. The second, and they said nobody could. The second person we couldn't hear. I've already done that, Paul. Don't, if you get me out of it, I won't be. I've already done all that. That's on the highest it can go. So nobody's going to hear my thing. But I can't hear it. If you do that, no, she's already got us muted. You can't do it. You don't know. Ask Whitney and see if there's something that she can do. I've got the volume up the highest.
I'm so sorry that we're having some technical difficulties there. We are going to make sure each one of these are recorded. We're going to make sure that I send you each one of these so that everybody can hear all of the things that are being said about our beloved volunteers tonight. So I'm also going to ask that everybody just double check to make sure that they are muted, because we are getting a little bit of feedback from folks throughout the gallery. So I'm so sorry about that. And we will make sure that you see those videos, because we had some really touching words said tonight about each of these volunteers, and we want to make sure that everybody hears what had to be said.
Well, thank you, Guard, for recording that statement and your sentiments about Pete. I love that his nickname was a repeat. I don't know if he shared with you that story. He was fired from a telecommunications company, and the telecommunications company found out that he was absolutely vital to their operation, so they rehired him, and his nickname from that point on was Repeat. I miss Pete quite a bit. I had a really nice conversation with him. It feels like it was just yesterday on the top of the stairs here at the Restore, talking about the work that we're doing and trying to do with critical home repairs. Lastly tonight, in terms of our remembrance, we want to fondly remember Doug and Joan Hardy. Doug and Joan were married for more than 65 years and were both beloved volunteers here at Habitat. In March, we were saddened to learn that Joan had passed, and then just 2 months later, we learned that Doug had passed as well. Roxanne Althouse will be leading our remembrance of Doug and Joan tonight from the Days Ferry Church, where they all attended service together. So we're going to go to Roxanne's video, pre-recorded video, and hopefully we'll all be able to hear it. So please just make sure everyone's on mute. And it looks like they are. Everyone looks like they are.
I want to thank Bill for his suggestion about including the sound. That might have been part of the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and share and hope that helps.
Oh, not just screen, but
So that's my fault. Now, again, we'll make sure that we get these videos to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Roxanne Althouse. I am a member of the Family Services Committee at Habitat Seven Rivers, and I am talking to you this afternoon from the sanctuary of Days Ferry Congregational Church in Woolwich, where Joan and Doug Hardy were longtime and devoted members of this congregation, and where their memorial service was held several months ago, at which I sang. Katie Luce, our dear, wonderful #2 at Habitat, asked me if I would be willing to sing, as I had done at their memorial service, at Habitat's volunteer recognition Zoom meeting today. And I, of course, was delighted to be asked and happy to oblige. I know or knew Joan and Doug Hardy, both from our church family here at Days Ferry, and also from our Habitat family. We met, my husband and I first met Joan and Doug probably at the church, but we got to know Doug actually when he came to our house, 1853 farmhouse on the Kennebec River, to measure all of our windows for habitat inserts to keep the drafts down. It was quite a job because I don't think any two windows are exactly the same size. And Doug was, of course, very gracious and warm and friendly and funny and excellent at his job, which he did at Habitat for many, many, many years. We knew Joan, obviously, as well, through both church and Habitat families. What a very gracious and elegant, quiet woman with, I think, a backbone of steel. She and Doug both were volunteers for many, many years at the church, devoted as they were to their Habitat family as well. Joan was very fond of Michelle, our dear Michelle Ober, and I was able to keep her apprised of Michelle's declining health in those last dreadful months. And Joan and Doug were in fact both at Michelle's memorial service at the funeral home in Brunswick. Today I have chosen to sing a setting of the 23rd Psalm, as Katie had asked me to sing, the pieces of my choosing. It is a setting, the text of which is by Isaac Watts, who's a very well-known 19th century British hymn composer. But the music for it was composed by my husband, Paul Althouse, at the piano, whom I would like to thank for taking the time to make this recording. And I would also like to thank Annie Miller, our wonderful videographer for the church, who's been taping services for the last 2 years. Thanks to her, you don't have to be watching this by means of my trying to hold a cell phone up and take a selfie of myself singing this with Paul playing in our home with the benefit of our yellow lab Daisy barking in the background at the UPS truck which is driving by. So we both thank Annie for giving up her time to tape this as well. Finally, while Katie asked me to sing and to say a few words about Joan and Doug, and asked me to sing in their memory and honor, I think we all, having known Joan and Doug, would agree that they would be the first to say that this piece should be in memory and in honor of not only them, but of the other Habitat volunteers who have passed away in the last year. So this will be in all their honors. My shepherd will supply my need.
In pastures fresh he
Thank you so much for that, Roxanne. I would like to take the opportunity now to call on Bruce Meyer and to see if he would like to say a few words for our friend Pete. Bruce, do you have some words you'd like to say about Pete? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
He's gotta unmute.
I've got to have you unmute if you do want to talk.
Yeah, yes. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
That was a very nice situation that we just had for that beautiful song. And unfortunately, we didn't hear what Guard's part was, Katie. But my view of Pete was very, very good. We were slowly getting to know each other. Pete came and went as he went to do other presentations and worked with other volunteering opportunities he had. But I was very impressed with him in terms of a person. One day we were moving from one job to another for Habitat. We got good conversations going on. And subsequent to that, I also found out that Pete had 2 masters, which was very interesting to me. And one was in mathematics, which I'm not very good at all at the moment, but also in science, which is kind of one of my favorite topics. So we had some common ground there. But other things that was of interest in our conversation on that particular day, we were alone and talking about stuff. He had liked to ride motorcycles, and just didn't fit here's a guy with a lot of intelligence, a very polite person, very understanding, well endowed with many good things. He had a great brain and stuff, but it didn't fit his my perceived of him. So it was kind of interesting to do that. He also loved drag racing. He said he was drag racing. I said, wow, that's wild. Loved cars. So maybe the next time you see someone on a motorcycle going along, there's good people out there that work on motorcycles, and maybe Pete would be one of them riding right now. We don't know, but we're all different. We'll have a lot of different attributes, and I think Habitat can bring out a lot of goodness in people and things that they like to do, volunteering and helping people. So that's why I like to work for Habitat too. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. None of the work we do here at Habitat could happen without volunteers like the ones you've been hearing about so far tonight. Whether it is working in the Restore, building bookcases or homes, or walking in the Spring Walk to Build, every contribution makes a difference in the lives of homeowners we help to provide a hand up to year after year.
Tonight, now that we've learned how the video works, we would like to introduce you to one of those homeowners. And I just want to say that I think if Dottie and Chris were here with us tonight, they would agree that sometimes even on a build site, things go awry and you've got to keep soldiering on. So I'll look forward to sharing those videos with you so that we can all hear what everybody had to say. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share sound like Bill taught us to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce you to Karen.
My name is Karen Soderberg, and I live in Harpswell. I learned about this opportunity through the church, Eliza Kellogg. I went to the town hall, and that nice clerk said, "You definitely qualify," which is a little embarrassing, but sometimes it's okay to be poor. And she said, "We will have somebody get in touch with you." And we had a walkabout where we discussed what I thought I needed and what Steve thought I needed here. And then he brought another person back to confirm the plan. And from there, it went into this seamless operation and they managed a wide range of projects, everything from standard grab bars to putting in 2 huge sliding glass doors in the 2nd story. And the whole operation was seamless. I never had to worry about materials. I never had to worry about scheduling. everything came in as needed when it was needed. And when they discovered they needed to do something different that day, like putting in some big supports under a balcony to hold the men, they found a way to get the materials that day. When I was taking the Ha workmen out to the garage to check the smoke alert, I opened the door, and as I went on out, I started to lurch for the table. And the Ha maintenance guy said, "That is not the best way to go out of your house." I said, "What's the problem?" He said, "You need grab bars." So he went out into his truck and he brought in one grab bar for here and the other grab bar for here. And so now it's perfectly safe, and I can take my walker and I can bounce it out there and I can get out and nobody falls down. To tell you the truth, I didn't know I was going to get stuck with 10 men, but they all knew what to do, and all I had to do was sit and take a few pictures. I never, ever could have done this on my own without all this assistance. Those 2 days were just amazing as I watched all this scurrying around here and nobody shouting instructions. It was just, everything was happening the way it should without any interference by me. And yet it was a challenge. There were some things that weren't on the list that needed to be done, and yet they did it. And when I was thinking about what had happened a couple of days later, I remembered a poem that I had to read when I was in high school. And it was about a British delegation that went over to the Crimea to fight for some cause. And I don't even remember the cause. I just remember the story of the bravery of these men going all the way from England over to the Crimea and fighting to the end for the good cause that they believed in. And when I thought about these men, they came down here not exactly knowing what was going to happen except for a few basics, and they figured out how to do it, and they accomplished everything in the end. So the poem is called "The Charge of the Light Brigade," and I subtitled it, "Or 10 Men in a Truck," with apologies to Alfred Lord Tennyson. And here's how it goes. One day, and one day more, and onward they came to the home of problems. 10 Ha men and their truck. "Forward, the Light Brigade. Charge for the tools," Steve said, into the home needing repairs on Hildreth Road. "Forward, the Light Brigade." Was there a man afraid? Maybe no one knew exactly what to do. Just figure it out and get all the tasks done. So into the house of problems, large and small, entered the 10 men with talents for all. Challenge to the right, more to the left, surprises in front of them volleyed and thundered. Boldly they sawed and hammered till each job was done and the place was swept clean, 10 men and their Ha truck of tools. Like a well-trained army, they performed with precision, attacking the rot, the broken and rust. They manually hoisted 2 heavyweight sliders to the second floor grabbers till all was mended and looking like new. And the homeowner confessed, "It's amazing what you do. All this work and not a charge to me. However can this be?" So they smiled and relayed how they loved helping others. To stay safe, warm, and dry in the home that they love. It might have been the mouth of hell, but they triumphed because of a job done well. So on to the next house with pitfalls unknown, but knowing the men, they will get it done, because they are 10 men in a truck.
So good. So very, very good. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that story and that poem. I love it. I love it so much. You just made my whole year. Volunteers, like you hear many times from me, lifeblood of the work we are able to accomplish. And we're at the point in the evening where we would like to shower some outstanding volunteers, some of which are with us here today in person, some outstanding volunteers with well-deserved accolades.
Yeah. And now we can come back to the Muppet. Each volunteer recognized tonight is going to receive this snazzy limited edition t-shirt. Thanks to our friends at Art Forms, and a special shout out to them to sponsoring tonight's event. For over 30 years, Art Forms has been a leading designer and producer of screen printed garments throughout the US and Canada, like you see us wearing here tonight. Though I'm a little bit short, so I don't know you really. So thank you to them for donating some of their expertise to tonight's event. And the recipients will also receive a coveted thumbs up award.
Let's
Because-
zoom in a little bit. Let's get the
Let's get-
detail.
Zoom in on this thumbs up. It is a
Solid gold.
enthusiastic, solid gold thumbs up.
Definitely not plastic.
Nope, not plastic.
100%
100
gold.
Yep. So if your name is called, please stand up and take a bow, or give us a wave on camera, or use the Zoom tools to give an enthusiastic thumbs up of your own. Welcome, Bruce.
He's back.
All right. Our first award of the evening is the Rookie of the Year award, and this was a tough competition here. So things were fierce determining who would get this award, and we have a number of outstanding new volunteers this year. Tonight, the Rookie of the Year award goes to Dan and Jess Patrick.
Woo!
All right.
Janet, yes!
So Dan and Jess are a husband and wife team. They volunteer together on Tuesdays. Dan in the Bookcase Brigade, and Jess is an upbeat presence in the Fish Bowl, greeting customers and ringing up sales. Thank you, Dan and Jess.
You're up again.
All right, I'm up again. Yes. Okay. So, and then there's a runner-up for the Rookie of the Year. Like I said, we had a lot of new volunteers. Don Beiser has done some amazing things this year. He just came on board. He has an upbeat attitude. He jumps in wherever needed, including 4 of us lifting a 400-pound glass slab out of a 3rd floor condominium, and helping out on the donation pickup truck, and helping out in the Bookcase Brigade, and helping out pretty much wherever he's needed around the Restore. So Don, you have an award to hold up for Don.
Oh, I show you.
Okay, so Don has a thumbs up award. Thank you, Don. A round of applause for Don. Okay. All right. And next is the Restore Volunteer of the Year. And congratulations go out to a trio. It will hint, Sam and Kata Selby and their granddaughter Cedar get the
2 thumbs
three
up.
volunteer.
Woo!
They come in together as a family, and they're much appreciated around the Restore.
This year's critical repair and modification volunteer of the year goes out to Carl Payne. Carl started in the Bookcase Brigade, migrated over to Guards team fixing up homes, and has proven himself to be a vital member of the team. Let's please all give Carl a big round of applause, because he deserves it.
Carl was in earlier today to collect his solid gold thumbs up in person. Next up tonight is our Youth Volunteer of the Year, which goes to our esteemed Jillian Truden. Jillian is interning from Harpswell Coastal Academy and has been an outstanding help in the development department and at the Restore. So let's give a huge thumbs up to Jillian. Woo, Jillian! She also folded all of the t-shirts individually, which was an insane amount of work. So a special thumbs up to you for that, Jillian.
Immaculate.
All right, and so there's another award here for, it's called the Individual Devotion Award, but once again, it's going to a husband and wife team, so it's not one individual. It's Gretchen and Dexter. Gretchen and Dexter have been spending every Wednesday at the Restore and are always willing to lend a hand and spread the good word to others about volunteering at Habitat. So thank you, Gretchen and Dexter.
You're up again.
Oh yes, it
And-
continues with me here.
Our next one is actually here in
Yeah.
person.
Great.
So we'll
Oh, yes, yes.
Devotion.
Okay, this is the Group Devotion Award, and I'm going to call Cuffy Chase up here, and Carol's here too. So Carol, come on up.
Come on, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
So Cuffy and Carol are here representing Team UUCB. That's the the Unitarian Universalist Church of Brunswick. And this is for their outstanding fundraising in the 28th annual Spring Walk to Build. And several of the folks from this church also volunteer here in the store. Thank you, UUCB.
Group. All three of us UUCB people. We have one Methodist in our group, but we let them come in.
Thank you guys. And speaking of the Walk to Build, our last department award for the evening is our Walk Volunteer of the Year. And it goes to, can I have a drum roll? Yeah, Denise Perry. She is driving, so we don't want you to take your eyes off the road to see your thumbs up award, Denise. But Denise led the Elijah Kellogg team with her daily walks and social media postings, and we couldn't have asked for a better participant. So thank you so much, Denise.
All right. Finally, tonight, we want to recognize 5 outstanding volunteers with 4 awards that are presented annually to volunteers and organizations who are crucial in forwarding the Habitat mission. When your name is called, please join us to say a few words. First up, and in person, the Executive Directors Award from me to you. This award is presented to someone who has supported Habitat's mission in a multitude of ways. This year's Executive Director Award recipient is no other than Sharon Brose. So she gets the thumbs up. She gets the beautiful plaque. She also gets a golden nail because she nailed it.
You stole my joke. It's so good.
Thank you so much.
You may need to go a little closer.
All right. I cannot do the work that I do on the board and with the Family Services Committee without my great team of folks who have been helping me and working with me for many, many years. I started with Family Services 15 years ago, still there, and now on the board, and I can't be happier to give my time for such a worthy place as Habitat. So thank you so much for this award, and we'll keep trucking along. Thank you.
And I just want to say, Sharon, coming on as the new executive director, I was so very, very much happy that you were here because you had the history, you had the work ethic, and you provided me with a lot of guidance. And I know that we wouldn't be where we are today if you weren't here. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. It's very humbling. Thank you.
Up next is the Michelle Ober Award. And this award was established in memory of our beloved former volunteer coordinator and restore manager, Michelle Ober. Michelle embodied kindness and connection, and this award is presented to someone who shares that spirit and consistently has gone above and beyond in their work in all ways. Congratulations to the 2021 Michelle Ober recipient, Fred Durr! Not here. He is off at a toboggan event where he is racing toboggans for the Camden Snow Bowl. And he is a very fancy volunteer that is also going very fast down a hill, probably right now as we speak. And as we know, he nailed it.
All right. And our next award of the evening is the Business Supporter of the Year Award, which is awarded to Carbonite, an open text company. We have many volunteers come in from Carbonite to do work at the Restore, and they add a lot to getting things done here around the Restore. So thank you to Carbonite, an open text company. And do they have a plaque here? They have a plaque.
And Crystal is here. Crystal, would you like to say a few words?
Just want to thank you for all of the work that you do. It's been our pleasure. Thank you.
Nice to have a face to the email.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Okay, our next award. This is one of the big ones, guys, because it's an actual golden hammer. There's a plaque as well. As you can see, this individual is not here with us tonight. Is he on our
I haven't seen
I haven't
Steve
seen him
tonight.
either. So Golden Hammer Award is given to a volunteer who has shown proven commitment to building or repairing homes. Congratulations to the 2021 Golden Hammer Award, Steve Ingram. Let's all have a big round of applause for Steve. Steve has done an amazing job leading the Harpswell Aging at Home Critical Home Repair Team. They've done incredible work. And when you heard the poem, that's Steve Ingram leading his 10 men in a truck. So big thanks to Steve and all the work that you've done. He's passed the mantle over to John, and John is the new lead. You've got some big shoes to fill, but I know you can do it. Congratulations to all of our winners. So we'll cut to you, Bruce.
Okay, so finally tonight, we have the Volunteer of the Year Award, and this award is presented to someone who has shown extraordinary commitment and dedication to Habitat and has gone above and beyond in their duties to help us meet our mission. And this year's Volunteer of the Year Award is presented to Cindy Clement. And Cindy's with us online. Are you gonna let Cindy have some words?
Yeah, Cindy, would you like to say a few words? Don't forget.
I just want to say how much fun it is to work at the Restore. The staff are wonderful. They're so very helpful. All the other volunteers, it's just a lot of fun. And so I encourage anybody who has spare time to come out and be part of the team.
Yeah, so congratulations to all the award recipients, and let's have a big round of applause for all of our recipients tonight. Okay.
It's a Boy Scout thing.
Yeah.
Okay. As we look ahead to what comes next, we're excited to make a couple of announcements tonight. First, we are so excited to be breaking ground on our next build in Wiscasset this spring. Please join us on Valentine's Day as we kick off fundraising for the project with the first ever Love to Build art auction. Local artist Valerie Upham has hand painted 20 masterpieces on the leftover wooden scraps from the Bookcase Brigade. And she's donated them all to Habitat. Thank you very much, Val. We'll be auctioning off this one-of-a-kind exclusive collection starting on Valentine's Day. Bidding on art for your walls, you ready for this? Will help us build the walls for the next partner family in Wiscasset.
Woo! And we are also excited to announce the date for the 29th annual Spring Walk to Build. And we are thrilled to be able to go back to our roots. And this year's walk is going to be in person. There's also going to be a virtual option for anybody that needs to make sure that they are staying safe in whatever circumstances they're in. But we want to make sure everybody can participate, and we're really excited to be in person. So keep your eyes peeled in the coming weeks for more details on a location. And the date for that in-person Spring Walk to Build is going to be May the 15th. So make sure to mark your calendars right now. It's going to be nice and warm. It's going to be more than 58 degrees, Cindy Clement. That's my hope. And it's going to be a time-honored tradition that we are going to be excited to bring home for the 29th annual Spring Walk to Build.
That sounds like a Katie Lou's promise right there, 58 degrees, right? Okay. So this is the wrap up, guys. Congratulations to all of tonight's award recipients. Your hard work and dedication this year has meant so much to us. Thank you all for attending, and have a very good and safe night. Thank you all for coming, guys.
Thank you. I'll be sure to share all of those videos, and I'm so sorry for the ones that we didn't get to hear. Those volunteers are going to be very much missed every single day. So thank you all for being here and for helping us celebrate tonight. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.